Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today we're going to ask that question: why do British people have two taps? Why do their sinks have two taps, one for hot and one for cold, in the bathroom and kitchen? If you're a foreigner and you've been to the UK, you may have found yourself staring at the taps in the kitchen or the bathroom thinking, why? Just why? I know this feeling very well because I have an aunt who only has one tap. I mean, she's a bit strange anyway, but to have only one tap makes me think of her as being particularly strange. The truth of the matter, though, is these taps are kind of harmless. First of all, the hot tap has a temperature regulator, so I can control how hot it becomes. So if you're thinking that British people are always rushing to the hospital after washing their hands because they get burnt, it's not quite like that. Actually, it's quite pleasant to wash your hands in hot water, which is around 60 degrees. Oh, by the way, that's 60 degrees Fahrenheit, not 60 degrees Celsius. Otherwise, I think I really would be rushing to the hospital. That's another problem we have, Celsius and Fahrenheit. But I'll leave that for another podcast. So why do we have these two taps then? Well, it's certainly nothing to do with style. I mean, even our ex-colonial countries, our colonies, never had two taps. Why do we then? Well, it's actually a legal thing. So the law says that you must have a supply of drinking water coming into your house, which is fine, we all need that. But historically, the hot water, or the water which was going to be hot, came from a different source, and it was not drinkable. We all had these big old iron rusty tanks in the attic filled with water, which were heated with a gas or electric boiler. These old tanks were called cisterns. C-I-S-T-E-R-N, and they still exist in many homes today, but most of them have been converted in such a way that the water in them is now safe to drink. But all of our kitchen and bathroom utilities still have two taps. As they get replaced, some people now, like my very strange aunt, only has one tap. But it's still quite unusual. For modern properties, one tap seems to be the way to go. But whenever I visit my aunt, I look at this one tap, I try to wash my hands and I think, oh, this is just really strange, a tap. You have to turn on one side or the other, and it has a separate button on it. I have no idea what that's for, a little button that you press. So I can understand fully why you would be confused by two. But they don't burn us, although I have to admit that in the winter, the cold tap can freeze me quicker than Iceman from a Marvel movie. You wash your hands and suddenly you find that your hands are completely frozen on a cold day. Now there's no question about it, that's rough. But still, these two taps serve their purpose. And because all of our sinks look that way and have been designed that way, I don't think there's much chance of them being changed. Even when new sinks are installed, automatically they have two taps. So it takes someone who's really thinking about design to only have one. There's a proverb in English which says, old habits die hard. And I can't imagine any of us rushing to have one tap anytime soon. Even with electric showers, I find myself every morning turning the dial left to right just to get some suitable temperature, because they never seem to be the same day after day. Part of that, of course, is because of water pressure, and perhaps who else in the apartment building is using water at the same time. That's a little bit unfortunate. But what is even more unfortunate is when I go on holiday to Europe, where I have no idea what's happening. I look at a shower, I know I have to turn it on. How do I make it hot? How do I make it cold? And what is that really weird button I have to press on the side, which doesn't seem to do anything? And then, of course, there's that other thing that they have in Europe, which is called a bidet or bidet. Well, I just ignore that because we don't have them here, and I have no idea what to do with them. And then there's the bidet or bidet spray that they use in countries like Finland. So you walk into the bathroom and there's this thing. And I think, am I supposed to hang my coat on this? Or what am I supposed to do with this thing? And I generally ignore it because I don't know how it works. So, yeah, you see, British people are very strange when it comes to these things. Well, that's it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this introduction into, well, what is a bit of a weird British thing with our weird British hang-ups. Okay, let's talk soon. See you. Take care. Bye-bye.